What is going on, guys? Lawson here. It is absolute chaos out here this morning. I mean, the mullet, they're starting to creep in for the mullet run. There's a lot of finger mullet in the river right now, and this morning at dark, the fish were going ballistic. We're gonna start off on top water, see if we can whack a big old snook or a big jack. Last night caught a freaking monster jack crevalle, so we're gonna try to keep the train rolling here and see if we can get on some big fish this morning. All right, I'm gonna catch some live finger mullet real quick. Got the cast net down below the deck, and we're gonna use them as bait. I feel like there's so many around that we just need to take advantage of it. And honestly, during this time of year when there's so much bait, it can be hard to catch fish on artificials because there's so much bait. But then there's some days where artificials work better because they're the only thing that'll stick out from all of the identical thousands and thousands of finger mullet. But we're gonna grab the cast net, gonna catch some bait. That'll do, pig. That'll do. As I was dumping those mullet into the live well, one of them leaped out and got eaten right against my boat. All right, got little mullet here rigged up on a small J hook, 4,000 spinning reel. We're gonna see if we can get into some dirty action. I don't know if this is a shark or what I'm dealing with here, but it's got it. Okay, shark. Oh my gosh, let me get up in that. Let me get up in that. Let me get up in this. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Come on, come on. Get it, get it, got it, get it. No. Oh, here it comes, right here, right here. This should be on. Just absolutely hammered already. Second I landed. Da-da-da. Let them crunch on it for a little bit here. Oh my, yeah. Okay, and we are on. I'm assuming a jack. I don't quite know. Yes, definitely feels like a friggin' jack. It's pulling good. Oh boy, does it feel good to be hooked up this morning though. Just a little jack crevalle. Oh yeah. What you got going on here? All right. Just a little bit of dip around the boat. I felt like there was some much bigger fish than the one I hooked, but not too bad. Not too bad. Especially on this light gear. Oh, I can see another one coming down the wall that seems much bigger, pushing wake. You never want the fish you have on, you always want the next one. Okay. You get up. Get your head up. Beautiful little river jack, probably just a 4 or 5 pounder. If you see how yellow and dark he is, that means he's been spending a lot of time up in the rivers and tannic water and not too much time on the beach. We're gonna throw him back with jack. I like to release them head first, and that pumps air up, or pumps water up through their gills and gets them kick started, because jack don't ever stop swimming. They're always on the move. So a lot of times just holding them there and swimming them side by side, if there's no current, doesn't really do all that much for them. So torpedo those suckers back in. We're gonna get another mullet, see if we can catch another one. About 30 yards in front of me, there's a bunch of finger mullet just getting absolutely blitzed on. So, got ours rigged up on circle hook. Hopefully there might be a tarpon or maybe some snooks sitting up in here. Sure, there's jack as well, but let's see if we can get hooked up here. There's a lot of bait. I feel like it's about to absolutely go down here in a second. Even more mullet are coming up that are also getting busted on. I just got eaten. Right there. Just got slurped. Get slurped. Get just friggin' slurped. Fish on, baby. I have a feeling this is a jack, but we'll see. This is undecided right now. Jack. Okay. They fight hard, but not what I want to be catching right now. I'd love to hook into a tarpon. Gosh, what the heck? This thing is freaking vibrating like a madman. Oh, gosh, dude, even the little ones fight so freaking hard. It's such absurd fish. Like, I don't think there's anything that's as powerful as these dumb freaking things. Hey, buddy, how are you? All right, say goodbye to little buddy. That fish was extremely difficult. Oh my gosh. That's so epic. There's gotta be snook that deep in there. We could probably skip some of these mullet way up underneath these mangroves and get hooked up. Oh my god! What the heck? Oh, is that not the most epic thing you've ever seen? Ooh, that was a snook right there, 100%. That little suction cup noise that he makes. That pop. Oh, I accidentally killed poor buddy right here, so we're gonna use him like a top water for a second. I'm gonna skip this guy deep in there. That actually worked. One just came up and ate it when I was... Oh gosh, what the hell? What the freak? Okay, well, I was just using my freaking... Oh gosh, I can feel this thing rubbing against so much. I was using my dead mullet like a fluke basically, and something came up and just inhaled it. I mean, it chose the dead mullet over all the freaking thousands of live mullet. Oh, it's a jack, and I can see him like over here. Pass it around there. This is so freaking annoying. If I could do a video on how to snap your rod, this would be it right here. Okay, well, I got my line back. It is unbelievably chafed. Hook is gone, but at least that jack doesn't have 10 feet of line hanging out of him. Just a little hook that'll rust out real quick. There's a freaking long-nosed gar has my mullet in his mouth. I can see him swimming around with it. Come over here. It's like such a little chance of hooking this friggin' fish. But he's chomping away on this thing, I'll tell you what. I saw it roll out of the corner of my eye and I thought it was a tarpon, but old Gary here swimming off with it in his mouth. I'm gonna let him sit here and position it around, and I can visibly see him right now, so that's good. They're such unique fish, but they're just so funny, man. Like, I can just see the mullet being crushed around in his mouth from side to side. Now he's just swimming off with it. He's got places to be. Just watch him chew it, and I think he just swallowed it, basically. So let's see if we can hook him. This is a big freaking gar, too. Oh my goodness. I would love to catch this thing. Not like a giant, but he's like 15 pounds probably. I don't know if he's hooked or if he's just not letting go at the moment. It's hard to tell with this thing. Oh, I have him hooked actually. I don't know how deep we have him hooked, but we got a big old gar on. So goofy. What a freaking creepy looking fish. What a strange moment this is. It's gonna be something to land here. I don't even know how I want to land this thing. And the hook popped out. What the heck? Alright, this is up there and very strange catches. That is a big, giant, long-nosed gar. Very weird. I'm sorry, buddy. This thing was like wrangling a snake. Okay. That freaking gar was so hard to hold. It was like trying to hold like a 5-foot long armored snake that's like 2 feet around. You know, I kept dropping that thing. It's freaking impossible to hold, but I mean, what a freaking bizarre catch. Okay, so really quickly, I want to take a break and explain to you why this little fish right here, this little finger mullet, is so important and so cool to what's going to happen over the next month or so. All right, this thing's annoying me. We're gonna throw him back in the water and then we'll start talking. So, these finger mullet are a sign of the mullet run. They are the very beginning of the mullet run in the very early stages. And a lot of you seasoned anglers out there probably already know what the mullet run is, but the mullet run, from my understanding, I could be wrong, you can correct me in the comments if I am, is when all of the mullet from up north in areas like North Carolina and South Carolina, they migrate down the coast south to escape the winter that's going to be coming, and they come down here and they just flood the beaches of the east coast of Florida. And typically what happens is you have finger mullet that come inshore, and then along the beaches you'll have regular silver mullet. And they're both silver mullet, and sometimes there's black mullet mixed in as well. But silver mullet along the beach, and you have the little finger silver mullet inside the estuaries and rivers. What's so awesome about this, it creates undeniably the best time of year to fish in Florida, where everything is just going absolutely berserk. If you saw this morning, this is just the start, just the early stages, and as I'm fishing, there's just feeding frenzies going off everywhere, and there's not even that much bait in here yet. It hasn't even really gotten thick, and it lasts for about a month. And typically, at least, you know, it always changes, but typically it starts in October, or at least right in the end of September, and it'll last a month. Last year, a hurricane came and basically made it so nasty you can never get offshore and fish for the really giant tarpon and giant jack that cruise around offshore eating the bigger mullet, but I was able to fish inside a lot. And the year before that, we had a really good mullet run for a little bit, and it got cut about 2 weeks short by another hurricane. So I'm hoping that it doesn't happen this year. And right now, like literally, something just got exploded on right behind me. And right now, there's a hurricane actually going towards North Carolina, and I think that might be part of the factor of why these mullet are here a little bit earlier. Normally, you don't start seeing them towards the end of September, but they're getting here a little bit early. But these little fish right here are the sign of just absolute pure insanity that's about to take place over the next month, and I could not be more excited. It's raining. Oh my god, what the hell? That was close. Buddy just got rocked, letting it hold it. I'm pretty sure that was a snook, I could be wrong. Set on it. There it is. Yeah, little snook. Nice. There we go. Oh, I'm up on the gill plate here. It's never good. Alright, there's our first little snook of the day right there. Just a little guy. I mean, we're getting rained on, but we're still catching fish, and some strange fish at that, but beautiful, beautiful little snook. A little golden boy. Oh my. That is my mullet right there that just got murdered. There it is. That's a better one. That's a better one. Still think it's a jack, but definitely a bigger one than the other ones I've been catching. The way that thing ate and took off. That's pretty freaking gnarly. Ooh, I love that noise of that drag peeling out, you know? He's not even that much bigger. Just freaking has some real fight in him. I love how pretty all these fish have been. Just super golden. Sick. So funny, this dog barking at all these mullet getting hit. Whew. All right, I think we are gonna call it there for the morning. I mean, I honestly bet I could stay out here all morning and catch fish until I got sick of it, because there's so much bait around that these fish are gonna be feeding. And I'm telling you guys, over the next month, get out and fish. You might catch some big ones and have probably some of the craziest experiences of your life. A year ago when I went out there in the mullet, I remember one morning I was running at dark on plane and accidentally went through school of mullet and had 200 mullet leap into my boat, just were like pouring inside my boat. It was insane. I need to get home. I got some packing to do, and I will catch up with you guys back at the house, and we'll close out this video. Alright, back at the house. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I wanted to close it out at the house for a reason, because I want to show you guys something. I had a few people complaining to me saying, hey, you're uploading videos and I'm not getting notified even though I am subscribed to your channel. Let me show you something dumb that YouTube does that you gotta do sometimes if you want to get all the notifications for my videos and know whenever I post a video. I'll show you right here. So, here's my channel. See that bell right there and that sweet, sweet number that I have subscribed? You click that bell and that'll notify you every time I post a video instead of just notifying you occasionally. If the bell is not clicked, you'll just get a notification every once in a while. With this, you will get a notification every time a video is posted. You should do that. It'll make me your best friend and I would appreciate that greatly. Anyways, that is it. Have a lot of really epic videos coming up from an insane trip, and you guys better get hyped for them and you'll enjoy the heck out of them. But until next time, see ya.